All right, welcome back this morning. Tampa-based celebrity chef Robert Irvine is live in studio with us. You've likely seen him helping struggling restaurateurs on Food Network's hit show, Restaurant Impossible. That's making a return as well. He's also an entrepreneur and a philanthropic supporter of our nation's military, a veteran himself. Chef Robert Irvine is pursuing an over-decade-long mission, working as an unpaid consultant for the U.S. Army. You just got back from D.C. last night. You're a busy guy. And this all started really, you were part of the Royal Navy.
Yes, ma'am, for a long time. A cook, by the way.
Yes.
I don't profess to be anything else.
Well,
but yes, that's where my love of food started. Actually, it was at a school event because there was a home economics class, 30 girls and me.
Right.
And that's how I got into food.
Wow.
So
You're smart. Played that well.
I did that too.
Yeah, it didn't work, by the way, so it was good. I fell in love with quiche Lorraine instead of the girls, and here I am, 60 years old, still cooking.
There's a reason in the military they call it a mess hall, but at this point now you're trying to overhaul that. You're not trying to do a Michelin hall, you're not trying to do a mess hall, somewhere in between and healthy food.
I just want great, healthy, nutritious food for the men and women that wear the cloth of our nation, put their life on the line every day. And people don't realize that our modern military are like athletes, and we have to treat them and feed them like athletes. They're on call 24/7. You know what's happening in the world right now. We're spread everywhere, and I'm not happy with the food. I haven't been for 14, 15 years.
You talk about they have to be athletes. A lot of them, in order to get promoted, you have to meet certain physical requirements. The food you've said, I like what you said before, that it's like, you're giving them a gun without the bullets if you're not giving them the right source.
Well, you go into a diner facility, and the military has made some amazing changes over time, small changes. But my foundation, it's a Robert Irvine Foundation program that said, okay, military, well, this is what we need to do. We need to fix the supply chain, fix the food, fix the nutrition, fix the uniform, fix everything that wants to make you be a soldier, sailor, airman, guardian, or Marine.
And you have a restaurant inside the Pentagon. You also have some restaurants, or I guess you could call them, and our bases, our nation's Army bases or military bases. What was the inspiration behind the overhaul? What made you wake up one day and go, hey, we need to start doing something for our military?
It's not one day. It's been happening for me 14 years, 4 chairman of Joint Chiefs, 4 Secretary of Defenses. But the problem is, when you start something this large, it takes legislative change. And now we have the best leaders in the military, I think, in years, that have seen that the human capital is just as important as the hardware, meaning the planes, the trains, and everything else. So if we feed you correctly, we get you enough sleep, we ask you to do a job, you can do it without thinking.
Talk to us a little bit about what is offered here. We told you earlier that we're huge fans of the Fit Crunch bars. They're easy to eat in the morning and they taste good, which is hard when it comes to a protein bar sometimes. But you're also talking about soldiers, military on the go, so kiosk food.
Yeah,
things
we're looking at
MREs.
kiosks, we're looking at food trucks. So we got to think about not just feeding breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but feeding all day at some point at a time. Whether they go out for a beer at night. Think about this. As a 19-year-old young man or woman, can't drink beer, but we let them drive a 75-foot truck with a nuclear propulsion system, or send a jet off the end of a runway on an aircraft carrier, or change a bomb, blow a bomb up. But if we don't give them the tools to be able to do that, and the training to be able to do that, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Tell me about the Robert Irvine Foundation here. As we said, this is an unpaid position. So how do you get the funds to kind of keep the Robert Irvine Foundation going?
So the foundation is run purely by donation, and myself, obviously. It's been up since 2014. I got to tell you, we have so many programs. We have a veteran entrepreneur program called Let's Chow. If you want to go into food, we bring you in. Last year, 55,000 hours of schooling before we put you into a truck. Then we have Reuniting the Brave, putting guys back together after 20 years. We just came back from Scotland with 65 veterans after a 54-mile march with 1,300 coalition wounded. We buy dogs, we buy wheelchairs, all those kind of things. But it's really getting veterans out of a four-walled environment around the pack, as I call the tribe, and get them back into mentality of when you serve. Remember, when you serve and you leave something really big, a big part of you behind, because service is above self.
Yeah.
And you're doing all this while still doing shows. Restaurant Impossible's coming back.
Yeah.
What other things are going on for you?
Well, you got a lot
in
of
the world
things going
TV?
on. A lot of things. You know, we have 16 companies and a lot of people we employ. So it's constantly changing. The evolution daily is pretty incredible.
So Restaurant Impossible, when do you know the air date yet? I know you said you're already starting to film.
we have to tweet that one out.
Hey, with 30 seconds to go, I want to tell you a little funny story here, because I was always a Restaurant Impossible fan for years, okay? So back on Thanksgiving Day in 2012, I'm in Tampa International Airport. I'm flying out on Thanksgiving Day, and I'm standing in line at Starbucks, and I hear someone behind me say, "Excuse me, can I take a picture with you?" And I'm thinking, oh, well, geez, I got noticed. And all of a sudden, I turn around, and they walk right past me to the guy who's standing in front of me at Starbucks. It's you. The person turns around, hands me the phone, and says, "Excuse me, can you take a picture with?"
Oh, you're in it.
Well, so
time.
here's the problem. Good-looking, dark hair, gray hair, not so good-looking.
Oh, come on.
It's just the food. It's the eggs.
So I was humbled in that moment, but then you turned around, and I was stunned because I'm a huge fan of your shows and the Fit Crunch bar, of course.
You didn't ask for a photo then?
I didn't ask for a photo. So what we're going to do is I'm going to finally get my photo today. It's just 13 years in the making.
There you go. It's worth the wait. I look much more better. Much more better.
And you know what? I'm not in my pajamas this morning, as I was probably that morning as well. So
funny.
Chef Robert Irvine, thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
so
us
much
this
for coming.
morning.
We appreciate it.
And the Robert Irvine Foundation doing such great work. Hey, Mike, we're going to go get that picture right now. Why don't you tell